Brandon.
And we'll in a world of legendary moments will be captured. So stand up, scream, and make sure the boys feel you.
And the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!
Well, good evening, everybody. Game Time Brian here, ready to talk some NFL football. We are on the precipice of the Hall of Fame game. Anyway, welcome to the channel member Zoom call. I will be bringing in people. Wade, please try and come back in again. I was doing my intro. The link, if you are a channel member, there he goes. The link is under posts. I don't care.
Yeah.
No, I'm hearing myself. There we go. Very good. Ginger Rogers is in here. Ray Urzua. Michael, you can come in, my guy. Normally it's for, I don't know if you have a join button, but I do multiple Zoom calls a week with my channel members. That's part of the perks, about being a channel member. You get to come on the Zoom call. I don't mind that you come on tonight, Michael. You get a taste of it. We had another guy. What's up, Donnell? We had a guy come in the other day. Very knowledgeable. I wish he would be a part of the Mailheads crew. He didn't have a name, really. But he was cool. So, again, that's when you hit that little join button. It's $4.99 a month. You get the Zoom calls. You get a lot of little things. But what's up, Wade? What's going on, man?
Nothing much, just getting out work.
All right, man. Well, you could have went home and did what you got to do. I was just I always send out.
Good?
I always send out the bat signal to you, to Drew, to Rob. You guys out there, you're an hour before me, so it's a little different. Drew's out in L.A., so he's 3 hours ahead of me. Rob is in Colorado. He's like you, so it's not too bad. What's up, Brad Harris? We got Marcus Blackman, Timothy Looper, West Virginia country boy. Oh, real quick, Dustin, here you go, buddy. I got your ticket. I got not one, but two for West Virginia country boy and one for Mark Hutchton. We sit here. We're $10 away from a giveaway, people. $10 away from a giveaway, so just keep that in mind. If we want to give something away, we need a little something. Bernard Taylor, what's up, man? How are you? How you doing, Bernard? You got Timothy Looper. Woke, what's up, my guy? How are you? Asman is in the house, pounding down a Guadalajara. We got Chris May. We got Curtis is at work. I know, Curtis. You're busting your ass. I know. You got Kid Cowboys selling fifth wheels. Kicking back in his office. You got Ray Urzua. Oh, I think I said Michael Rizzo. There it is. Bang. Let me guess. West Virginia. My guy. Thank you so much. We have a drawing, people. JoJo, I don't know if you're in, but I'll make sure you get some of those items I was telling you about. For the ladies, I do have some, cool stuff that my wife, his aunt made. She lives out in Cali. I'll actually show you in a little while. I'll let you see, JoJo, what you're getting. But yeah, that way, I'm still working on other T-shirts. I still have some T-shirts. I still have all the hats. So I got my Eagles bobblehead. There's a Jalen Hurts bobble. Brad got his bobble. Tell him what you think, Brad. You tell him how nice it was. Country boy. All right, there you go, West Virginia. You're in. So you're locked and loaded. You've won twice already. You are the man. But anyway, Wade, what's going on, man? How you doing? I know you said you're getting done work. So how was everything?
I'm doing all right. Just been driving and.
Now, how far from work are you from your home?
Oh, like 25 minutes.
Okay.
I got to go through Dallas Fort Worth Airport.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Fucking.
But it's
I was staying
sorry.
with Stewart's sister, and I was in Salina, driving all the way to Plano every day to do work on the house
Yep,
for
Salina. Yeah.
or Salina. I thought, yeah, Salina. Yeah. So yeah, we drove way out there. Yeah, I think that's the lettuce capital, the romaine lettuce capital. What's up, Brad? How are you? Yeah, here. You Eagle fans, here's the. It's got protection. It's got protected padding, but it's a big bobble there for you Birds fans. I do have one bobble left, so if an Eagle fan wins, there it is. I got Eagle hats too. So, but anyway,
Yeah, I just keeping up with the news. Watching a little bit of training camp coverage and listening to 1310. I usually listen to. I don't really listen to the fan. I listen to 96.7, 1310, The Ticket. I've been listening to them forever.
now
That's the best sports station in Dallas. In
the
my
Ticket
opinion.
used to be Norm Hitchkiss, didn't it?
Yeah, Norm was on there. He retired, but they had Mike Reiner, and Norm. They're both radio Hall of Famers. I mean, and Norm's been covering the Cowboys forever.
Yeah, I know Mike Fisher will post some of Norm's stuff on his channel.
They were like the main station covering the Cowboys in the 90s.
Yeah, I used to listen to the Ticket all the time. Yeah, on my phone app. Then when 90...
I know a lot of guys moved to the fan, but I'm the old school. I like sticking with the old stations that kind of started it all.
I used to like Kevin Turner. I don't know that he was on KT. I liked him and Jeff Kavanaugh, but then they were over at... I don't think Kavanaugh was ever at the Ticket, but yeah, the Ticket's the old school.
No, I still watch Norm. He's on the YouTube. He does does that Just Wondering of Norm every day, and he was talking about talking about the injury to Sam Williams, and how the Cowboys are gonna replace him.
Well,
really, what's
I want to ask you, man. You're knowledgeable you're about as knowledgeable a Cowboy fan. I have my opinion, obviously, but what do you think in-house, and do you think we have enough in-house?
I think I'm panicking too much because, I think Mike Zimmer is a great coach. I think he's probably going to be able to have this defense pretty solid with what we got.
Yeah, definitely.
And I do think we're going to pick up some other players maybe, and, when teams start thinning their rosters, I think, or cap casualties, I think we may scoop up a few veterans here and there. I think Mike Zimmer will be able to actually probably whip up a pretty decent defense.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just watching right before we went live, of course, my dog, I'm home. I got kids not kids, but adults upstairs. My kids, they're upstairs.
And folks, I'm not saying they're going to be number one defense. I think we can at least get top 10.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what
10-ish,
I'm shooting
11,
for.
12.
Well, I'm shooting for top 10. All right, whose iPhone? Somebody's that has to be Drew. Yo,
I still think our offense will probably be humming along.
Yeah. Tyler Guyton has a great hit. All right, now everybody's coming in here. So whose iPhone? What's your name?
I don't think the offense will skip a beat. I really don't.
Yeah,
I've got an iPhone, so that ain't
I don't know, but that's what happens when Chris May puts the link in the chat. We get anybody in here. I don't mind you joining tonight, so you get a taste of what you could get, if but whose iPhone?
No, Brian. I think
have a name iPhone?
I think our offense will probably hum along.
Yes. Well,
my biggest thing on the Cowboys schedule is, I mean, look, we beat up on bad teams, whatever people say what they got to say. I'm worried about the first 7 games.
What's up, Cody Show? Get in here.
Ravens, the Niners, the Eagles. I'm worried about that first part.
Yeah.
Steelers.
I haven't dug I know who we play, but I haven't sunk my teeth really into it right away. Because I want to see what we got in the preseason. I actually want to make an informed decision. But
heck, a lot can happen. I mean, hell, Dak could go on the field and practice and drop back and blow his ACL out.
Right.
There goes everything right there.
Right. We can make predictions, but at the end of the day, I think they're going to be decent. Just watching some of the practice today, like I said, right before I went live, I was watching it. And tell you one thing, the scheme is going to simplify things. It's going to be, because how Dan Quinn played it, where everybody had to be an athlete, right? He wanted athletes everywhere. And
Finesse, very
yeah, I
fast.
mean, he
And a
wanted you to be
finesse
more
team,
lean and athletic and attack the quarterback. And oh, by the way, on the way to get to the quarterback, let's try and stop the run, guys.
Yeah, see, that don't work when it comes to crunch time, when you getting them grindy games in the playoffs, when you need those big, you need to be bigger to start, wearing people down. It just
right.
doesn't work.
Reese the Beast. What's up, Reese? Eagles takeover. Come on now. With that defense you got.
I want the
Come on,
Cowboys.
Reese.
I want the Cowboys to get back to similar to the '90s. I want us to get bigger and more physical.
Well, that's one thing I want to bring to you, because early on, early.
Denver's going to get us back to that.
The offensive line had a really good day the first day in pads. So, and they actually started, why, I don't know, but they initially started with Edoga as a starting left tackle, which made no sense to me. And he did okay, but Guyton is just doing well against everybody. I mean, he's just doing good against Micah. Yep. He's just very solid. He's going to have his ups and downs, people. He's a rookie.
He's going to be a rookie. Tyron Smith, I mean, he was good when he was a rookie, but he wasn't dominated. He got, he had some hiccups here and there.
Yeah, but I mean, he looks, and I know Drew don't want to hear this, but he actually looks good, Drew. It's, believe it or not. I know it's only shorts. We got to let it play out. We got to let it breathe. Everybody's doing good. I'm here. I live here. Everybody's lighting it up. Mark Hutchton, what's up, my guy? Look at you. Look at you, Mark. You're killing it. Thank you so much, Mark. Good evening, game time. Good evening, Mark Hutchton.
I mean, we could always bring in some more depth on the offensive line, too. I mean, isn't Lyle Collins still out there? And guys like Connor Williams?
We don't need anybody on the offensive line. Maybe tackle, but I think in a pinch, they would just bump out. We have a lot of offensive linemen.
I'd bring in Collins.
I don't think we're going to get it. I don't think that's going to happen, though, man. We're loaded on the line. We just have young left tackle.
We had him last year for a little while, didn't we? Collins?
Yeah, for the playoff game, but I wouldn't mind signing him as a backup role.
Yo, Chris, who was that?
Or something like that.
Look, who was that was in there? It said iPhone. Was that what's his name? Who was in the chat? I don't mind.
I don't know. I don't
mind occasionally if I don't have anybody in here, but it seems like anymore we're pretty good. That's the whole idea.
Mainly, D-line. I mean, I'm not really worried about offense. Everyone's worried about that's defense for me. Defense is like the main thing for this team, I'm worried about. Just defense, because every time we need our defense to come through, people, it never does.
I'm going to have Philly 500 on tomorrow, but he's been talking Matt Judon, but a little birdie, you told me that Matt Judon is he's doing a stay-in all of a sudden. So he's not practicing, and they're not happy with him. So I don't know if he's not happy. He probably wants a Michael, you could hop in tonight, bro. I don't care. So Matthew Judon, I mean, that would be nice. I know Philly 500 is trying to get Judon in Philly. I don't think that they're going to do that, but who knows? Jeff Lee says, hi, Wade.
What up?
Philly D. First day in pads, he looked very good, but again, I'm not going to flex, but we're going to call it how we see it, right? We're going to, if Guyton struggles, I'm going to let you know he struggles, but he's handling everybody that they're throwing at him, and with names of like Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. He's doing just fine for a guy.
Look, we can't expect for him to come out and dominate immediately. I mean, damn, when he plays against, the Browns,
Myles Garrett,
Myles Garrett, and I'm not saying he's not going to give up a sack, but damn, if he plays solid against him, and doesn't get dominated, I'll be happy with that.
Mm. He'll have help. They'll scheme around that somehow.
Don't
They'll have a
pull
game plan for that to help him. I mean, you just don't throw him out in the fire in his first game like that. And
don't
I
pull a
know they
Chaz
did with a
Green, and
couple
we'll be
other
fine.
players. Yeah, like Go ahead, Wade. I'm sorry.
Bernard Taylor, what's
I
up?
was going to say, don't pull a Chaz Green.
Yeah, exactly.
Bernard Taylor, which one you talking about? Well, you got Kenyon Mitchell, Bernard. They're throwing him everywhere. We're talking Eagles for a minute here, and I think Keely Ringo is going to start opposite Darius Slay, who's okay. I think the Eagles are going to struggle on defense in the secondary to start out the year. They'll probably get better as the year goes on. Anytime you start young guys, that's how it is. But
And the Eagles' schedule's not necessarily easy either.
But if their offense scores 30 a game, it ain't gonna hurt them too bad. Kind of like what we did last year. We hit a lot of shit because our offense was rolling. Not necessarily out of the gate, because you remember the first 5 weeks weren't great. But Mitchell went up against AJ and did very well. See, there you go. Now, I know they're throwing him to the Wolves, kind of like what they're doing with our guy, the human seatbelt, who's locking everybody up. Not named CeeDee Lamb. So, again, we'll see. Kalen Carson is off to a red-hot start. I called it when they drafted him, and I'm excited for him. So, and we got him in round 5. He looks like a Deron Bland who could cover. So,
the reason why I'm not worried is
locking
also
up
because,
who?
look,
I know, Drew. I know what you're saying, but you'll get a taste of him. Don't worry. Don't worry.
the reason why I'm not worried also, Brian, is because, look wherever Mike Zimmer's gone. When he was with us, our defense was hella solid. Defense was solid in Cincinnati when he went over there. Defense was solid in Minnesota. So I don't he's going to come here. Defense is going to be solid.
Yes, it's going to be solid. And Mozzie is actually playing the defense he played in college. This is the defense he played in college. First day in pads, he looked pretty good. He took on double teams today. Again, he's got to grow. He's got to get better. But, our secondary has been on point. Marcus Blackman, we're stacked in the secondary. Now, Diggs is back today. He's off of the PUP list, but he won't be in on right now. He's still going to work on the side. They're going to ease him in slowly, which is what they should do. Just like when CD signs his deal, they should bring him in slowly. He's working his ass off. But, I think we're going to be fine. Let's see. What's going on here? Brad, when we will ask you for a QB change. Again, Kid Cowboy, you're entitled to your opinion, and Brad's entitled to his. I'm fine with Dak. I'm
fine with Dak right now, but if we move on from Dak, I'll tell you one thing. I got more confidence in Cooper Rush than I do in Trey Lance
That's
right
what
now.
I was going. Exactly. Cooper Rush is probably playing, I'm not saying better than Dak,
making
but
better
he's
throws
close.
than Lance.
Yes.
He's making better throws than Lance right now.
Lance is struggling big time. Hopefully he gets better, but for anybody to say, listen, Kid Cowboy, you're an older man. You've watched a lot of bad quarterback play after Troy Aikman. So
and Rush will be a lot cheaper
kid.
than Lance too. I bet you I can sign Rush for 3 years, $10 million a year.
Yeah. Well, he looks good. He looks real good. So,
how much Lance gonna want after this deal? I mean, what's he gonna get? $20-something million on his Let's see, what's he got coming to him? If we didn't do the 5th-year option, right?
Right. No, we did not. We declined.
Yeah. So if you do the 5th-year option, you're gonna pay him like over $20 million.
Darlene Motion and the fans did not show up. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Mark Holmes is going to a dead zone.
What do you mean dead zone?
There ain't nobody at Cowboys camp. It's half empty. People.
Really?
Yeah. Good. I hope they
probably
don't
empty.
sell shit.
It's probably empty because people are tired of Jerry's shit.
They're tired of the shit. No problem. If we get rid of Prescott.
Tired of the circus.
All right, hold up. I got a super chat. No problem. If we get rid of Prescott, are we going to go through the same stage as the last 20 quarterbacks, figure of speech? That's my fear, Mark Hutchin. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, appreciate it. That's my fear. Okay, I don't mind moving on. I've been saying that for how long now? If you want to move on, fine. Just tell me who we're moving on to. That's all I'm asking.
Look,
Me
if
too,
we're
Michael
gonna move
Rizzo.
on, and Stephen Jones says I can't pay a quarterback like Dak $60 million, who hasn't gotten us to a conference title, I'm willing to pay Cooper Rush $10 million a year and then stack a team around him and make trades and sign all the free agents. Then I'll be okay with it.
Yeah,
I'll be okay with it.
yeah.
You can build around them.
I mean, I hear you, man. What's up, Loyal? How are you, bro?
What's going on?
Did you get your SummerSlam thing taken care of, or what?
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So I heard Tyler Guyton was looking pretty good in practice
Yes, that's
today.
what because that's the big thing with the Eagle fans. They all want to see him fail, and Drew's like, "You guys
Eagles
are going to
fans
struggle."
were saying the same crap about Tyler Smith.
Exactly.
It's a reach. Yeah, look at him now.
He talks about you guys talk about Stoutland. We don't draft first round offensive linemen who can't play. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a Pro Bowler, but he is looking great. And here comes Brad. Brad's like, I've had it with the chat. I'm coming in. Me and the dogs. We're getting in here. Oh, there it is. No, we want Dak for life. Yeah, that's it, Drew. You got it. You got it.
I know y'all want Dak for life. I mean, I'm okay. Dak kicks the shit out of the Eagles every year. It is what it is.
Yeah, I know. They don't want to acknowledge that. It's all about...
I mean, Dak owns Philly.
It's
I
all
don't care
about
what y'all Eagles
postseason, right,
fans say.
Drew? It's all about
postseason.
postseason.
Jalen Hurts ain't won shit. He ain't won no Super Bowl.
We're
That's
just
all I got to say.
antagonizing Drew so he can get in here. He's working everybody, so he's...
Drew heard that. I threw shots. Jalen Hurts ain't won no trophy.
We're just...
He ain't no Hall of Famer.
And he'll be in here in 5,
Not yet,
4, 3. Bernard Taylor, you got beat good a team to be a great Jalen Hurts, be a good team not. Bernard, all right, bro. Here.
Who cares if you won the
Give me a super
NFC?
chat and you could possibly win this
Come
Jalen
back.
Hurts
Y'all
bobble.
literally won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles. Come back when Jalen Hurts actually wins a Super Bowl.
Thank
It's
you.
actually numbered,
Thank you.
by the way. It's actually, I don't know what number it is. It's in there. So it's a collector item. Brad got one, right? Yours had a number on it too, Brad. I don't know where Brad is. He's out. But anyway, Coles Cowboys. What's up? What's up? Yeah, come on now. Talk, Coles. Come on, get in here, Coles. Get in here. Dak owns the NFC East. Hey, Linda, how are you? How are you, Linda? Thomas Garrett, there he is. The bat signal has went out to all my Cowboy fans. 2 wild card wins. Come on, kid Cowboy, relax. Kick back. Crack yourself a cold one.
Can you hear me, Brian, or no?
Yes, I have you now, Brad. I didn't hear you any time until just now.
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out so I can see the chat too. That's why it's just my name and not my picture.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't know why it doesn't work, but
well, it's all good. What we got in here? Dak owns Philly, but the playoffs own Dak. Yeah, I can't argue with you. Tommy Montoya, shout out my guy. Jalen Hurts, 2 seasons make the Super Bowl.
The
Just
playoffs
sad.
the playoffs also own the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Y'all got 1 ring in 60 years.
Jalen had 1 good year. Last year wasn't bad. I know Drew went to, it wasn't horrible. He had the 15 INTs. I know when Dak had the 15 INTs, it was the worst thing ever. Jalen had 15, and it wasn't so bad. But
both quarterbacks don't have a ring.
That's the bottom line. What's up, Mark Holmes? Shout out, Mark Holmes is in the house getting ready for his big trip. Hey, Mark.
Don't have a ring.
Mark, the good news is you're going to have training camp to yourself because there's nobody there. Nobody's going to the freaking, it's half empty. It's an
Who cares if he said he could play in a Super Bowl? Jacoby up or whatever his name is.
Jacoby, yeah. Well, he was in a Super Bowl, Jacob. Yes,
What do you want?
was in a Super Bowl. So, congrats. NFC
Congrats on second place.
Are you, Kid Cowboy, are you on our side or their side?
Yeah, Kid Cowboy, you're about to get bounced.
Nah, I don't bounce him, but I'm just saying, Kid Cowboy, you got to represent the star, bro. You're right down the street. Playoff wins for Hurts when D allows more than 7. There you go, Coyote. He's in the game. What's up, Coyote? How are you, man?
So it looks like the Bears just signed DJ Moore.
Yeah, I have that written down. That's a 4-year, 110 mil, 82.6 guaranteed. So just say 4 and 110, so it's less than 30 a year. But yeah, DJ Moore, that's a good deal for him. So, ouch. Uh-oh. We're unloading
we're
here.
We're gonna battle with Philadelphia Eagles fans today. We're gonna battle with them.
Yeah, now because Drew's working, so there's not 2 and 5. That's what you're happy with. Nobody said we're happy. Again, you're entitled to your opinion.
Why do you
We're
keep
entitled
repeating
to
that?
ours.
Look. It's me saying I'm happy with 2 and 5. It would be about as ridiculous as Eagles fans saying we're happy with 1 Super Bowl in 60 years.
Exactly. There you go, Coyote. Nobody's happy with 2 and 5, but we are happy with 12 and 5. So again, unless we have a better option, we'll take our chances. Hopefully,
Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that 1 Super Bowl ring, Eagles fans?
No, but that's not even an Eagle fan. That's Kid Cowboy 66 that's hating on our boys. Come on now. Why would you? Again, he may not be here very long.
Okay, so I'm with Kid Cowboy, but here's the thing, Kid Cowboy. Dak's our quarterback this year. Get over it.
He can't.
Get over it. He ain't going nowhere in 2024, so shut your mouth.
You ain't going to sell any fifth wheels talking shit about Dak and DFW. You need to play the game a little bit, Kid
You're
Cowboy.
not going to find another quarterback anyway as good as he is anyway.
12 and 5 against
Unless if
tomato
you're
cans.
lucky in the draft
Here
or
we go,
something.
Kid Cowboy.
Okay,
3 years of tomato cans.
Guess what, Kid
I'm wide
Cowboy,
awake.
Guess what, Kid Cowboy? If he don't win shit this year, then I'm completely open to letting him walk, and we'll find someone else.
Without Dak, we're going to
But
be
he's
below
our
500.
quarterback this year. He's a quarterback.
I
this
agree
year.
with
Get over
Brad.
it.
Without Dak, we're probably under 500. I think maybe we could be close to 500.
No, but yeah, I agree with him. But I will say this: if we're going to exit from Dak and it's a money thing, I'm saying as a franchise, we got to turn to Cooper Rush and we got to build a team around him.
Cooper. I like Cooper Rush.
If we went 4-1 with Cooper Rush, I'm just saying. I'm not saying
I know,
we go
but
to
you know
Super
what
Bowl,
happens
but
there. Once he's the starter.
Look at
and
those
there's
games though with Cooper Rush compared to the Phillies.
Here's the deal, though. They knew it was a
too.
short-term thing, and that defense held the offense to like what? Some ridiculous 15 points a game over that stretch. You know, they knew
Minnesota.
Yeah, so
what
they
if
knew.
Cooper Rush somehow turned into top rating in the playoffs?
I know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I don't know long term. I think he's a good backup.
It's happened before.
I'm just saying.
I
if
mean,
Cooper
the
Rush
Eagles
turned
did
it
it with
on,
Foles.
yeah. I'm just saying.
The Giants
that'd be
did it
real
with
funny.
Jeff Hostetler back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, damn, if Cooper Rush took us to a Super Bowl and won, I'd be saying put him in the Ring of Honor. Who's Dak?
Right. Cooper Rush looks great as a backup, but as a starter, it's a whole new game. Marcus Blackman.
Oh my God, he's only started how many games? Let the man start an entire season.
I agree with Marcus, though. I think he gets exposed. And I think the NFL agrees because he was out there, Wade. Nobody wanted him. He came back to us for what, $3 million?
No one wanted Tom Brady neither. Until he drafted him 6th round, and then he became the greatest quarterback of all time.
No, remember, he had the one good year, and then Broadus was.
Hold on. What about Kurt Warner? Wasn't Kurt Warner ass at the beginning of his career, and then no one wanted him?
Yeah, that's true.
No one wanted Kurt Warner. He was ass in the early 90s. What happened?
Michael Rizzo hasn't
did
done.
Kurt Warner just magically turn into a Hall of Fame quarterback in a matter of 5 years, 6 years, or however long it was?
Yeah, remember he went to New York Giants. He was a backup, and he was.
Yeah, and he was also on the Green Bay Packers and got cut.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like people saying, "Oh, well, he can't turn into anyone." Hey, we've seen other quarterbacks throughout NFL history turn into somebody eventually.
John Gotti says, I would trade Dak for one of the Cowboys cheerleaders. But can she run the RPO? That's the question. If she can run the RPO, I'd think about it. But if she can't, then I'm out. I'll pay for Wade's ticket to go to the Eagles and Dallas game. Philly D. Wade lives in Dallas.
I live in Dallas, but
unless he's talking Philly.
Okay, you want to pay for my ticket to go to the Dallas game? I'll go. I just know that I've
yeah, I don't know. About
maybe
that,
I'm bad
Wade.
luck.
Yeah, you may
maybe
not.
I'm bad luck. I don't know.
Drew, who cares? Neither does Hurts. What's
Dak
your point?
has nothing in common with winning in the playoffs.
I'll tell you right now, if
He's
I
got
go to
2
this
playoff
Cowboys
wins,
game and we lose, I've seen the Cowboys play the Eagles.
Overpay
If
for
we
Lamb.
lose for
Come
a
on
fifth
now.
time, I never go
Lamb
into the Cowboys
beats your ass.
game.
Lamb busts your ass, Hamid. Pause. Come on now. Don't talk on Lamb. Don't talk on CD. Come on.
Brian.
Get him,
Brian.
Thomas.
I'm being quiet about all of this. I am, because every time when the Cowboy fans say something negative about the players, they end up doing good later on in the year. And when I try to get these receipts out, they want to pretend like nothing ever happened. I'm just being quiet. I'm not saying that Dak's gonna have a good year, and I'm not saying he's gonna have a bad year. All I'm saying is let this shit play out.
Oh, I think Dak's gonna have a good year.
I want him back because I
Definitely
don't
gonna
want.
have a good year.
There you go.
I
Dak
don't think
delusional.
my
There he is.
I don't think the
biggest
question
question
with Dak is going to be his regular season play.
Dak,
I mean,
let's see what
He's
you
going to have
do
a
in the
solid.
postseason.
He's going to have a solid season.
I give you a firm example. That was just like when. How well do y'all remember when we beat Tampa Bay in the playoffs and everybody was talking all that junk about, if we lose this game, Mike McCarthy is gone. He's on the unemployment line. He's through.
Look, when we beat Tampa Bay, I wasn't thinking nothing. I was like, okay, we beat Tampa Bay and Tom Brady was in a wheelchair. That's all I thought.
Yeah, that was a very bad Tampa Bay team.
If Tom Brady's like prime Tom Brady, we're probably not winning that game. We all know this, people. Come on now, let's quit acting like we were going to win the game if Tom Brady was in his prime 36, 35
a road
years.
playoff win is a road playoff win. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You can't.
I mean, I know Mark brings up we slapped around Tampa Bay, and I keep bringing up Tom Brady was.
But I mean, it's a road playoff win. It's still not easy.
It's not easy, but I mean, really, there had to be a winner coming out of the South, and
I mean, Jalen hasn't won a road playoff game, right? He only had one.
Well, Jalen had the luxury to be the number 1 seed as well. Where he
that's what I'm saying. But he won 2 home games. So that's all I'm saying. A question is, what is a hard schedule? Everything based off of last year. Exactly, Mark. We don't know shit. We have an idea of what a hard schedule is going to be. I think New Orleans is not going to be good this year. But, who the hell knows? But Cowboys fans discount our win against the Giants. I would love to play the Giants at home in a playoff game with Daniel Jones.
I don't discount that. I knew y'all were going to beat the crap
everybody
out of the
in the
Giants.
country.
I knew that was coming.
The line on that game.
I didn't know that was coming because I thought Minnesota was going to beat them.
Rob, what was the line on that game? It had to have been close to 14, 12, something like that.
It was double digits. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I knew it was up there. So just think about that. Now, don't get me wrong. We were a 7.5-point favorite against Green Bay last year. So it wasn't that big.
Oh, I know that too.
But
I lost $1,000 on that game.
Yeah,
on
so
that
you
Dallas
know.
game.
You were whoever took Green Bay, you were sitting back dying because you didn't need no points. You could have laid. Well, I don't know what the final was, but I was in a zombie. My mind was mush from halftime on of that game. That was about as worse as it gets. Last year's playoff win, I lost. That was ridiculous, embarrassing. And again, as a Cowboy fan, I'll be honest, we didn't stop anybody, Wade. We didn't make them punt.
What happened with Vinny Hagan, Arturo?
No, we did not. But my whole argument is like Nate Newton said.
Yeah, I don't know, Art. I haven't seen him, buddy.
They don't punt. Dak, you have to drag the team down the field and get us in the end zone. You're the franchise quarterback. We look to you to do this. You got to.
Expectations. Ain't that right?
These are the expectations. It's like Nate Newton said, you're in year 8, brother.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. And I was listen, I was one of those that was hoping that Lance was going to do something, and he still can. But I've just been very disappointed in what I'm watching. So I'm less inclined to move on. Me and Phil said it.
Mark's
We were like,
listening. Yes, Mark, the whole team stunk. You are right. But if anyone doesn't need to stink, it's my $60 million franchise quarterback.
Yes, sir. I agree.
He better be the one out there slinging 5 touchdown passes, even though they're still hanging points on us.
Listen, Eagle fans, I get it. You guys went to the Super Bowl. Okay, I get it. But if you're just taking one playoff game, actually, he lost 2 because you lost. Or no, were you at Tampa last year, Rob, or were you home against Tampa?
No, we were at Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah, we were on the road.
And Jalen Hurts was really bad.
Because we dropped to the 5th seed, and
but I mean,
Tampa, I believe, won
I'm
their
not going to
division,
do
so we
that
were on
to
the
you
road.
guys and say, well, Jalen Hurts lost that game. No, it was a team collapse. Everybody who watched it saw that it was a team collapse in Tampa, but Jalen didn't help himself in that playoff game either.
Absolutely not.
He was sitting on the bench. He wasn't talking to anybody. He had a pout on his face.
He showed no leadership at all during that game. I mean,
I just want to point out that when we're hammering Dak, and I say, I know, well, he's lost 5 of them. I get it. I'm just saying.
Now, there's a couple of them, like that one against Green Bay his rookie year, like in
that
Dallas.
Wasn't him.
Like, that was a damn shootout.
That was his best playoff
Aaron
performance.
Rodgers literally threw
the Seattle game that he won,
pass.
that was good, too.
No, but I mean, the way he came back and battled.
The way he came back, yeah. And there was
impressive.
also some coaching mismanagement
What's up,
there on the
William?
play calling there that we could have won the game.
Aaron
Terrible
Rodgers
clock
is just Aaron
management.
Rodgers, man.
Aaron Rodgers
clock
literally
management.
made a impossible throw.
That sideline throw was amazing.
Hamid, I don't know what you mean. Add another smiley face. Nuts.
Yeah, and if y'all,
I mean,
y'all remember,
look, Eagles fans, look, can I ask you the question? Can Jalen Hurts make that throw? Can any quarterback make that throw Aaron Rodgers made?
No.
I mean,
No.
damn.
With the exception of maybe Mahomes, I don't think
It
no
was
one
like
can make that
4th
throw.
and 20 for crying out loud. He threw like a 40-yard pass.
Yeah, he threw a dart and just hit him perfect on the sideline. Or only
Didn't
he could
there-
catch it at that.
Didn't their kicker hit 2
Can y'all hear
56-yard
me?
field goals?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. What's
Yeah,
up,
we can hear
Cody?
you. We can hear
And
you.
hey, all I'm saying
Coach
is if Jaron Rodgers doesn't make that throw, Cowboys are probably going to go down the field and score a field goal.
Hey, Brad, to
Yeah.
answer your question, yeah, he
Yeah,
kicked,
'cause if you
Crosby
remember, that was
kicked 2
third and
50-plus
long.
yarders.
Oh, so
Yeah. Crosby actually came out of CU. He was a buff when he was drafted to Green Bay, and that kid had a cannon of a leg when he was even in college. I mean, that was a no-brainer. And when he went to the pros, I mean, he had a really good career in Green Bay.
Yeah, I remember him in Colorado.
Yeah, he was a buff. Yes, sir. Dak played good in that game. That definitely was not Dak wasn't the reason they lost that game. It's just Aaron Rodgers was just
No.
played better that day.
That was, that was a shootout, and
Yeah.
it things just happened.
Yes, sir.
The 2 49er games, we needed to win those games.
Those were on Dak. In my opinion, I think those were on Dak. This last game, Green
Last
Bay
one
game,
was.
that was a whole team.
Yeah,
that was a
exactly.
team meltdown.
They didn't make them, Rob. They didn't make. You bet the game. They didn't make them punt. So
No.
I mean, you're not going to
Not
win
at
a
all.
game when you can't stop a team. Dak
And your
didn't
corners
help
were
it. I ain't gonna lie.
shit in that game.
Everything was bad.
Gilmore was horrible in that game.
Yeah,
Those
well,
receivers were running wide open.
Again, that's kind of why. And I brought this up before. Gilmore. Everybody says bring in Gilmore. I'm not saying don't, but his own defensive coordinator who could use a cornerback in Washington is not going out and getting them, and they have almost $38 million to spend. So
Well, I mean,
even though
Dan
everybody
Quinn changed the scheme in that game. He went the whole season man to man.
Yeah,
and
right.
He
Yeah,
want to
right,
go
Brad.
to
Right, Brad.
zone. He want to go to zone in the playoff.
yeah, exactly. That was terrible.
That didn't make sense.
No,
Almost.
Brad, you were saying something, brother?
I said everybody knows how much I love Dak, but and that's why I say Green Bay game was a team loss. But
It was.
I'll even admit Dak didn't look good. He looked lost. He
looked
forced that one
shell-shocked.
CD for the interception that one to
Yeah,
Who
he
was it?
looked shell shocked, and like Nate Newton
Savages was a
said,
pick six.
you can't look
Yeah.
like that in your
I'm waiting
age.
for the deer to pop up in the chat because that's
Deer in headlights.
that's what we keep getting, the deer. Fucking Hamid's good for a half a dozen deers with eyes. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
He looked scared. He looked scared.
I don't think it was scared. I don't think Dak is scared of much. If you put yourself, again, people, you can hate Dak all you want. Dak lost his mother to cancer, right? His father was nowhere to be found in his life.
And his brother too. Yeah.
His brother committed suicide. He literally almost lost his leg. Not only has he come back, he won NFL Man of the Year. He's been back up. Just last year, he was runner-up, MVP runner-up. I don't think Dak was
Should have
scared.
won it.
I don't think Dak was scared. I think Dak was in shock. I think that's the better thing. And, when you try and do shit, especially against a good team, that's why when you get to a playoff, if I'm going to give the Eagles credit, they were rolling as a defense the year they went to the Super Bowl. I'm not talking about the year they won it. I'm talking about, the year
2022.
Yeah,
2022.
they were rolling. They physically manhandled the 49ers in their own park. They knocked out Purdy. They knocked out the backup. They dominated physically that football game. Mark Hudson, in what position are we hurting the most and where can we improve? We need some depth on the defensive end, Mark. I believe offensive line, we have a lot of bodies. Defensive backs were loaded, Mark. Running back and probably defensive edge rusher, and obviously we have a lot of bodies that are looking decent for D-line, but like an edge rusher, we lost Sam Williams, so that's a rough one. But I guess you could say defensive line, even though we got a couple Pro Bowlers on the defensive line. So
I thought they just signed the defense end just the other day.
I don't know that they signed anybody. If anybody knows,
Yeah, his name, Law, something like that.
no, they
who was
didn't
that player
sign
that
Carl
was-
Lawson. That was just a rumor.
No, for real.
Who
Thanks,
was that?
Mark Hudson.
They
Who was that
signed-
player we just picked up from the 49ers who they cut the other day?
Yeah, that's not Carl Lawson. Is all I'm saying.
No, it's not. Yeah, Lawson. Yeah, that's
No.
who they signed
I don't think so. When
Yeah,
did they
they
sign
signed-
him?
the other day.
No, they didn't. He's still out there. I'm pretty positive, Cody. That was them talking about it. They haven't brought. We would have all heard if they would have signed Carl Lawson.
Go ahead and look it up.
I will. I'm doing it
All
right now. And if I'm wrong, that's great news for me. But
What's
Carl.
up, guys?
What's up, man?
That's true.
Carl Lawson right now is
He's still out there.
He's out there.
yeah, he's still out there.
There's rumors you guys might sign him.
Yeah,
because of Sam
that's
Williams'
what
injury,
I'm
but
looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they was talking about signing him with and CD, right?
Yeah, one day ago. Here, let's listen to Tom Downey.
First up is Carl Lawson. Now, as part of a very deep Jets defensive end and pass rushing room last year, Lawson didn't play much. He only played 6 games, didn't record a sack. The 2 years he's played, 2020 with Cincinnati, 2022 with the Jets, 5.5 sacks, 7 sacks. When he has been available, he's been fairly productive. He's got a pretty solid set of pass rush moves. He kind of maximizes his athletic ability, but he just hasn't been able to stay healthy, right? This is a player we've spent a lot of time talking about, someone that I have had interest in years ago. I still do. Also, not long after the Sam Williams news, Lawson just so happened to tweet out the star emoji.
Yeah.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, that's all it was. It's a rumor, so we'll see. I mean, that would be fine. There's a couple guys. There's a name.
No, rumors
Yannick,
always end up though.
Yannick Ngakoue. I heard rumor about that. He has a history with Mike Zimmer. He plays defensive end. So yeah. So if we're bringing somebody in, I would think Ngakoue makes more sense for us. But again, we have Darrell Johnson. We have Marshawn Nealon. I wanted to talk about Marshawn Nealon a little bit. Marshawn Nealon. Now, obviously, the Pads are just coming on. So whether you're the Eagles talking about how great everything's going, the Pads just are going on now. Same with the Cowboys. But in saying that, Marshawn Nealon is way better than these coaches thought that he was. He actually is showing. What's up, Glimmer Man? Long time, my guy.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, we need to sign this person because we lost Sam Williams." Well, let's see what we got, man. I mean,
Cowboys will probably start signing people after they start thinning out rosters. A lot of
give the
teams
kid
are
a
cap
chance.
casualties.
They will address it.
Yeah, they
Believe
even
you
step
me.
the field and everybody's writing them off. All
They're doing what the Eagles
Well,
are doing.
I just kind of think the Cowboys fans right now are thirsty for any kind of activity. I mean, you know, you get an injury and everybody's running. We need to sign.
Rob,
we need to sign.
You know how it works.
Thirsty.
Look what the Eagles are doing. Drew, you're in the house here. The Eagles are letting their young guys get reps after reps after reps after reps. Okay, that's a good thing. Nothing wrong with your rookies, young guys getting reps because you might just find somebody like Kalen Carson playing with the ones without Diggs being there and is doing nothing but getting interceptions. He's playing very well.
Go to lay down.
He may hit a wall. I don't know, but he's everything I thought he was and more.
Is that your fifth rounder?
Yes.
Is that when you yeah, fifth rounder.
Brian Broaddus came out and said that he finally got the answer. They had a 3rd round grade on him. Okay, so it wasn't the second that I thought maybe, but maybe some teams did. But listen, he's a good ball player. That's all I'm telling you. He's been doing very well. Whether you want to say it doesn't matter. You guys are going to see both of our Jalen's are killing it too. Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks. So
did you guys hear what Jerry Jones said about the fans today?
No, what did he say?
He said Jerry Jones' viewpoint of the Dallas Cowboys
I'll get that,
fans,
Michael Rizzo. I'll get you in a sec, buddy.
is that they are frustrated, not apathetic.
Over
what do you think on that? That's what Jerry Jones said. He says his viewpoint on the fans is that we're frustrated, not apathetic.
Oh, I'm frustrated.
Let's take time out and let's see who's
clear my throat.
have a hand
Yeah,
on
I'm frustrated.
the reason why a lot of us Cowboy fans are frustrated. Who's kind of behind this?
Yeah, I don't know, but I know I am.
I'm frustrated.
We know who got a hand in on the reason why we're frustrated. Jerry.
Steven. Yeah.
Your son.
Catboy.
So
it's Jerry and Steven.
Well, I think what it is the expectations in Dallas are. I mean, you guys again, activity. You deserve better than what your ownership
Gino?
is giving you guys.
Is
so,
JoJo in here?
I understand the frustration there.
JoJo.
Especially when he comes out and says
your own players.
We're going to
be
go all
honest.
in. That's really frustrating when he says that.
To be honest, I think that Dallas, you guys are a victim of your own hype. You're a victim of your own hype.
Hey, Joe.
You
hold
guys
up, guys.
let
Well,
the
here,
media.
You guys could talk. I'm going to show these to the camera for Joe. My wife's aunt made these, Joe.
Well, Drew, I kind of agree with you to a certain extent. There is fans out there.
Let me finish, Lloyd. Let me finish.
That's a Cowboys scrunchie.
And the Cowboys really gas you guys up with the media hype and all of this stuff to make you guys think that you are more than what you actually are.
Dog scarf.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you guys fall victim to it, and then you're sitting here frustrated because I don't think you guys see like the NFL with rose-colored glasses
JoJo?
instead of seeing the actual fact.
I don't fall victim to it because I live here in Dallas and I know what it is already.
There's a bunch of them, Joe.
I don't never get overhyped. I mean, I already know I'm a realist. I'm not one of these guys out here that says, "Oh, we're going to go down here and beat people down." That's not who I am. I'm a realist.
Now, the type of Cowboys fans that say we're going to win the Super Bowl are the same Cowboys fans you meet in a bar and ask them, "Who's Roger Staubach?" and they don't even know who the hell that is.
I hear you.
Yep.
Right. They don't. I be talking to some of these young Cowboy fans, and I'm like, do y'all know who Roger Staubach is? Tony Dorsett, Tony Hill, Drew Pearson, Herb
You ask
Shaw.
them who Don Meredith is, they got deer in the headlights. Look.
Yeah,
So you're looking
y'all
like
know who
Dak.
Don Meredith is. Dwayne Thomas, Leroy Jordan, I can go down the line.
Real
I can
quick,
go down the line.
everybody.
I
Michael
can
Rizzo
go.
says ESPN reporting that Jerry very concerned about the lawsuit with Sunday NFL ticket. NFL cap could go down. Michael, Dallas isn't in that horrible right now. If nobody got re-signed, Dallas has got about
We
65
haven't
million.
spent no money to begin with.
But
So.
I'm saying we got like 65 million under, but we got to sign people.
Yeah, we haven't spent no money.
And that's the thing, is I think you have to have full disclosure with that out there as far as the Sunday ticket. I don't see these other teams signing these players, deals getting done, except in Dallas. If that concern was a concern out of all the teams, all these big signings would be happening. All these extensions would be happening with these wide receivers or quarterbacks.
Yeah, Dave Thompson says, when is the last time we drafted a high first-round QB? Undrafted and fourth-round QBs don't win Super Bowls. Well,
Troy
Aikman. But, I mean, if you look around the NFL, Mahomes was what? Like, where was he drafted? In the teens, I think?
10.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, he made it
was 10.
out of the top 10.
Now go and look, people. Now it's interesting though.
Worry about your squad.
Go
homie.
back
Don't
and
worry
look
about the
go
Cowboys.
back
You
and
don't
look
know
in
enough to worry
NFL
about the
history
Cowboys.
of all the quarterbacks that have won Super Bowls that were drafted in the first round. There's a lot of them.
Homie likes
Or
to run his
Heisman
mouth
Trophy
about
winners.
Dallas, but you don't know Dallas. The new Cowboys.
You want to hear a shocker, Brian?
What's that?
So, do you want to hear a shocker?
What's that?
You know how much I love Dak, right?
Yeah.
I think I don't believe the Muppets, but if let's say pretend it was money, I think he should take less. He makes, what'd you say?
Well,
150
I
million
brought
a-
that up to Mark.
Mark says he needs to get paid top dollar.
So Dak has made over $50 million in endorsements, and he'll make $168 million by the time this contract's done.
Yeah, he was saying we don't
That's
go to
over
work
$200
and
million.
say that we're not gonna, we don't want the most money and that we're taking a pay cut. So Dak shouldn't have to do the same thing.
See,
So,
if I'm Dak, and he's a Cowboys fan now, he grew up a Cowboys fan. Now, if I'm Dak Prescott and I grew up a Cowboys fan, I'm telling Jerry, okay, Jerry, you want a deal? I love the Cowboys. I grew up a Cowboys fan. I don't have a ring. We ain't got a Super Bowl. I'll tell you what, I'll sign a 3-year, $33 million a year, fully guaranteed contract if you will move your ass and do something in free agency and build a
I
team.
agree with that. I can agree
he
with
won't
that.
though. He won't.
No, he won't.
He'll gladly
And
accept
then
that
I'll
contract
tell him
and
I'm not
then
signing that
back
contract,
out.
Jerry. I'm telling him, yeah, I ain't signing that contract. There'd have to be some sort of clause in there where they're making trades and signing players in the contract. Because if they're not, I wouldn't play. I'd sit. Of course, the NFLPA would probably be like, you can't sign that contract, $33 million a year.
I'm trying to find it.
You know how the Players Association is; they'll freak out over that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he was talking about. But it was a couple days ago. They were saying that Dak Prescott over the last 4 years is the highest paid quarterback in the league with money. Actually, he's pocketed over $157 million. So
didn't you say he made 50 in endorsements alone?
I think it's 30 a year in endorsements. I think
That's
it's
crazy.
Yeah. So again, I agree with you. And then when he comes out and says I'm obligated, like the players union, but did Tom Brady give a crap about that? He went out and signed a deal that was good enough, But again,
yeah, Giselle is a wife too.
Yeah, that out earns them 3-1.
But again, Dak has never been the guy who come out and criticize the team. He's been a company guy, and where has that gotten him? Right. So
My argument to Dak would be, Dak, if you win a Super Bowl as the Cowboys quarterback,
Yes,
you're
it
going
definitely
to
is,
make money
Mark
the
Hudson.
rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Hudson, it will affect the salary cap if they lose that. Definitely.
Yeah, I think Dak should get paid decent, but I mean he needs to, share a little bit with his teammates. I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent because you can't win a championship if you don't have, players, and we need some more players.
Definitely do.
Not
do.
saying get lowballed, but come on now, at least
I think 50
take
is
something
modest for
decent.
Dak. 47 to 50 is modest, where you still gives you enough cap room
He
to
ain't
go out
doing
there
that,
and get a
so.
And
couple.
I
I know
think
he's not, but
Maybe
if
Jerry's looking at it, Robert. Maybe he's looking at it that hey, we ain't won a Super Bowl, and y'all want me to pay y'all all this money? Like, we haven't gotten to the promised land, and I gotta give y'all. I gotta pull out the dump truck to your front yards and give y'all all these contracts. I mean,
you
Jerry,
and I
maybe.
have said that. We've said that the last three, Zoom calls. You and I both have. I agree with you. He's like, what more do you need? I've given you all this.
Mark, you know how Mark Hudson has a question.
Jerry's probably like, put up or shut up.
Well, first, Dave Thompson says Dallas spends the least in free agency, but the most on their own stars. Yeah, they overpay. They overvalue their own stars. And Mark Hudson follows it up by, what does endorsements have to do with salary? Well, that's what the ownership keeps bringing up. They keep bringing up, well, you play for the Cowboys, you get all these endorsements, which is true. Maybe Drew can answer this. This is Mark Holmes, Drew, but Drew is he's working. Why wouldn't Eagles fans want to sit here with Cowboys fans when your team is in camp as well? Where'd that come from, Mark? He's hanging out with us.
Well, I think part of the problem too is a lot of these players let these agents get in their ears. And it's not just Dallas, all players. The agents get in their ears and say, hey, man, no, you can't go out like that. You got to get this, and this. Because the agents are trying to get paid.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, they want.
I think the agents are in the players'
to
ears.
get max money so they could get a bigger commission.
Yeah,
because if I was a player, I would be. If I wanted, I'd want to play to win a Super Bowl. I mean, I'd want to get paid, but at the same time, I'm not going to be so greedy enough to say, oh well.
Yeah, I'd be at a certain point where winning means a lot. If I'm Dak, I'm at the point I need to win. I need to win. And if he's all about the money, and it's like, hey, I'm not going to sign for less than 60, let his ass walk.
Mark, because we were division rivals, both fan bases on each other's stream. Yeah, Gino, I appreciate it. I don't want to. I don't like having just all Cowboy fans not hugging. I like having a give and take. The Joneses don't care about winning. They want to win in their checkbook. It takes.
I'll tell you what, people. Let me ask this question. People are. Would we be even talking about getting rid of Dak if he'd have taken us to, let's say, 2 Super Bowls in the last 8 years and won one? Would y'all be wanting to get rid of him?
I don't think we'd be talking about Dak like this if he had a competitive game against Green Bay. I mean, if he'd had the same kind of performance against Green Bay this time around as he did his rookie season, I think he would have been signed already. But the way they lost that game, I think put a sour taste in Jerry's mouth where he's like, what more do you guys need?
What's up,
what more
do you need?
I've given you all these tools. There's 9 All-Pros on this team, and we get our asses trounced.
There's a reason why the Chiefs are never going to let go of Patrick Mahomes is because they're always going to be in Super Bowl contention. There's a reason why the Denver Broncos didn't let go of Elway, because they were always going to be in Super Bowl contention. That's the thing, is we have never been in Super Bowl contention with Dak Prescott as our quarterback.
Because there's only a few quarterbacks
when
out
we
there
had
that
Roger Staubach, we were in Super Bowl contention every single year through his entire career.
Agreed. I agree with you. And
you hold on to quarterbacks like that.
Absolutely.
The guys you let walk are the guys that haven't taken you to the promised land.
Kirk Cousins.
Well, they let Jimmy Johnson walk. They fired Jimmy Johnson. That was the stupidest thing in Jerry Jones' life he's ever done.
I've heard so many documentaries on that. Jimmy claims he wanted out, like he was tired, and Jerry, who knows what to believe? I don't even know what to believe anymore on that front.
But to your point, Wade, I think people like quarterbacks like Patrick Mahomes, those are force multipliers that you don't have to have elite talent around him in order for him to elevate his team. There's not too many quarterbacks out there that could do that.
The reason why the Bills held on to Jim Kelly for so long is because he went to 4 straight Super Bowls. The reason why the
the Steelers held on to Ben Roethlisberger forever was because he took them to 3 championships. The reason why the Giants held on to Manning is because he took them to 2 Super Bowls and won 2 Super Bowls.
Because all these other owners have sense. Our owner doesn't have sense because he held on to the Clapper for 10 years and hasn't done jack squat.
I have a question. How many quarterbacks that have been drafted by their team originally have won Super Bowls with them? It's not many. As much as you guys love that, it doesn't happen very often, especially quarterbacks that have been on teams for longer than 8 years. I mean, we can think about.
I don't think there's any
Elway,
quarterback.
Manning, it's not that many. So, what are the chances of you actually winning the Super Bowl with Dak going into year 9?
Montana.
I mean, to me, Dak has reached the ceiling. You know what Dak is going to do. He's going to have an outstanding regular season, and then when it comes to not only just the playoffs, when it comes to big games, playing against playoff teams,
I would say
doesn't show up.
I would say Elway was in the league a long time. I don't know exactly how many years, but Dak started 8 years, so he's.
You could probably count him on one hand. You could probably count him on one hand.
How many teams have won straight to 12 win seasons? Probably count them on probably one hand. So, I don't know about that.
I mean, that's a nice accomplishment.
No,
that's a nice accomplishment, but that doesn't move the
telling
needle.
you that they're good is what I'm saying. It's just not good enough. I think with a real good quarterback, with a decent team, you could win a lot of games in this league. I think when you get into the playoffs, normally you play better teams, and you have to be playing on, hitting on all cylinders, and we can't seem to do it. But that doesn't mean we won't do it.
But it's a common theme with Dak, not just the playoffs, but when was the last big team, major playoff team that Dak pulled it out and won it?
Well, he's got
Seattle.
I don't know. I know he's got 22 game-winning drives. Yeah,
I mean,
I'd say Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. He won the game. He drove down the field.
You talking about in the playoffs?
Yeah. He came down and
outside the playoffs in the regular season, instead of weak teams with losing records, what was a team like the 49ers?
The 49ers.
Where's that?
He hasn't beaten.
Where
Russell Wilson.
You're saying signature wins. That's what you're asking.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have any
signature winning teams.
He doesn't have any signature wins. See, look, Royals thinking he's like, damn, he got to pull out the Rolodex. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that means something when you're the owner, and it's like, well, damn, okay, we got 3 back-to-back 12-win seasons, but he's not coming through in the playoffs or when it comes to big-time games.
It's
like
not all
2019.
That's not all that.
I'm not saying it's all Dak, but
there's a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL.
We all have a tendency to point to that.
There's a lot of
I'm
quarterbacks.
not willing to say let's not put it on the quarterback. Let's put it on the team. But for some reason, when I mention
the culture,
for some reason, when I mention something, it's like it goes back to Dak is 9-4 against the Eagles.
Mike McCarthy only had the offense for this is second.
Are we going to make it the team? Or are we going to make it the quarterback? Let's be consistent. I'm all for making it
a team game. I'll
always
say
been
team.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Dallas needs a change of culture. They need to change of culture, and they need to have players to step up because right now they're
they
spoiled.
Need to blow it up. They need to
blow it up.
They need to have the players need to have the coaches put the foot in the players' asses. And let them know you're not bigger than the whole team.
Well, did you hear Mike Zimmer?
They also
said, "Fix it, or I'll fix it."
You need a competent GM that could write good contracts and be aggressive in free agency.
That starts with the owner, there, Rob.
Yeah,
that starts with the
owner.
Culture.
Which means
that'll never happen.
It's not going to happen.
No, Will McClay has a big hand in free agency and who we draft. Trust me, it's not just Stephen Jones.
Agreed.
Will McClay is accountable for a lot of this team building the last 10 years.
Great. Yeah, I agree. Will McClay is great on drafting, but
in the way.
Not much activity in free agency.
Mark Hudson says, I need Prescott
Will
to get an
McClay
attitude
wanted
with
to
his
draft
players.
Taco Charlton besides Watt. Remember?
I didn't know that.
God, don't remind me of that pick.
Yeah, Will McClay made the call to draft Taco Charlton over TJ Watt.
Yep.
And he also made the call to take Mozzie over Matthew Bergeron. Not that he's done anything. The right tackle out of Syracuse last year. So, he's also the same guy who made the call to draft Travis Frederick. He's also the guy that made the call.
He's drafted very well. He's drafted very well. The issue with our team
Diggs, nope. So.
The draft is hit or miss. If you can't, the whole offseason is where your team is
with the Cowboys, they
success.
are spoiled. What's up, Chuck?
It's just not the draft. You have to be able to draft. You have to be able to have good free agency.
Look, and Drew, sometimes you need some luck to win a Super Bowl, Drew.
Yeah,
like y'all,
definitely.
you need some luck.
You do need luck.
You can call it luck.
You need luck.
Yes, you do. You need the ball.
You had a Philly special at the end of a Super Bowl.
Let me tell you something.
How is the Philly special a play that was constructed by the coach? Luck. That's absolutely ridiculous.
I won't say that.
That's the hate that comes because you guys haven't seen any playoff success in 30 years.
We had 2 wins in the last year.
I understand.
It's not any. You say none. No, we've had 2 in the last 5 years.
I'll label luck when it comes
to
the injuries. Injuries to me is luck. We were lucky to have.
You said we haven't had. No, we've had 2 playoff wins in 5 years.
Certain plays
that's what we've had.
That's just good coaching.
And I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain extent.
I'm not arguing that, but you can't make a
our
statement.
Players.
What have you had? We've had 2 playoff wins. That's all.
Our players need to get up for these big games, and they don't.
But
they don't. They need to get up for these. They need to be like Jimmy Johnson said on his speech. They need to go out there when they see, we're playing the 49ers this game. That's the game we're marking on our calendar. But they've been turning the other way. They need to be up for these games. They can't let them go and have these other teams like the 49ers punk them around and then have, play all that standing on the star and all that. They need to get up for these games. You can
say, Lloyd, you can say what you want about Jalen Hurts, but in the biggest game of all time, he outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, he lost y'all the game by fumbling that ball. He lost y'all the game by fumbling that ball. He does not fumble.
If we're talking about how
defense won that game.
The difference in that game was what quarterback made the turnover.
Nobody can hear, guys.
Stay with me, Wade.
Nobody can hear when you talk.
Oh my God. Drew, did he win the Super Bowl? Yes or no?
That's not what I'm saying.
Did he win the Super Bowl? Yes or no?
Wait, answer my question and I'll answer yours. Did he outplay Patrick Mahomes?
No.
Be honest.
Patrick Mahomes didn't make any turnovers.
He didn't win it counting.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
He did outplay him.
When it really counted,
he is taking his team to the top of the pinnacle, something that Dak can't do going into 9 years.
Oh my God. Your quarterback's got no ring. Your quarterback has no ring. That's all I care about is winning a championship.
He has far more playoff success.
Wade.
He has in 3 years as a starter, he has far more playoff success than Dak Prescott.
Okay, well then we'll go down the line. Your franchise has been garbage for 60 years. You got one ring.
See how we want to move the needle? See how we want to move the needle?
On your face.
See how we move the needle? You move the needle when you don't have a leg to stand on.
But Drew, you're making an argument about a quarterback who lost the game.
Drew,
I don't understand that.
Drew, hold on.
I'm comparing my quarterback to your quarterback.
Why? Nobody's bringing up Dak.
Jalen to Dak.
Hold on.
Let's
what
talk
happened
about
the last time my quarterback played your quarterback? Beat that ass.
We lost. But let me ask you a question. Hold on. Wait. We lost. Hey, wait. Can you answer this question? Has Dak made it past the second round of the playoffs in 9 years?
Guess what? When we play y'all this
year,
we're going to beat that ass again. We're going to beat that ass again.
See how delusional you are?
How many playoff wins?
How many Super Bowls you got?
I answered your question. Wait, I answered your question.
How many Super Bowls you got?
Can Dak get you past the second round?
Don't those 5 Super Bowl trophies look good?
Answer my question. I answered your question. I answered your question.
They look real good, don't they?
Hey, wait, you know what those 5 Super Bowl trophies are?
Super Bowl.
Hey, Brian, you ever see a Jaguar with a Volkswagen engine in it? You ever see a Porsche with a Volkswagen engine in it? That's what your trophies are. It's a Porsche with a Volkswagen engine because you guys haven't busted a break in 30 years.
How are you? I'm sorry.
You haven't busted a break in 30 years.
Nobody's enjoying the stream.
It's a Porsche with Volkswagen engine.
Now I'm going to mute you and you because nobody's enjoying the fucking stream because you talk one at a time.
But Brian, you should.
I just want Wade to answer my question.
Well,
I just want you to answer my question.
You guys can't handle it.
I'll be quiet. Can you answer my question?
It's not
I
about
answered
you
yours.
two. It's about everybody watching. We got 60 people, and they're all like, we
Wait.
can't hear nothing.
Wait, has Dak won a play? Can he get you past? Has he gotten you past the second round of the playoffs in 9 years? Yes or no? Thank you. I rest my case.
He's not a Dak fan.
A Dak supporter. Have the Eagles won more than one
Has
Super
your team?
Bowl, Drew? Yes
Here,
or no?
I'll revise my question.
So is it a team
wait,
game or not?
has the Dallas Cowboys gotten
hold
past the
up,
second round of the playoffs in 9 years? Have you?
Answer the question. What's your
No.
Sorry,
Answer my
Lee
question.
Commander. I apologize.
Answer my question because I
I'm gonna
answered
end
your
the
question.
stream
You asked me
because we got guys
Answer
who
my
can't
question.
stop. No, it's
I
over.
answered your question, bro.
It's
Answer my
over.
question.
You guys can't respect me.
I'm sorry, Brian. I'll fall back, bro.
I'm just trying
I just
to
want an honest
conduct
answer.
the show here. I got people in the chat that are getting upset. It's not about you two. It's about everybody. Again, I just want to ask Drew, is it a team game or no?
Again.
It is a team game.
So why do we keep bringing up Dak versus Jalen? Why do you have that infatuation?
You guys keep bringing that up. Not me.
No.
You guys always hold on,
Wade is
Brian.
not a Dak
You guys
fan.
are the hold on, Brian. Let me just answer.
Guys, I
You
said I would
guys-
be willing
Brian,
to move on.
Brian, hold on. Brian, let me just say
You don't
this,
let me
and I'll be
finish.
quiet. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll be quiet.
Again,
I just want to respond.
You will get a chance to respond. I always give you a chance to respond. I don't know why you keep bringing up Dak versus Jalen. We could go down this road, but then you say you don't want to hear about team game, Dak versus Jalen. I don't give a shit. I get it. I know it's a team game, okay? I definitely know it's a team game. It's, so... you're asking me the odds Dak could reach, you get to a Super Bowl. I don't know. I know Dak is a MVP runner-up just last year, and he struggled in the playoffs, but it's not like he hasn't won a playoff game. But is it a team game or is it not a team game, Drew? That's all I'm asking. You guys made it.
Can I answer?
Played well, but he lost in the Super Bowl. That's all that matters. I like the fact that he did well. I do. But listen, you know how many quarterbacks have almost won the MVP of the Super Bowl, but then choked it away and then you lost? That's just a reality. I can't say he played great. And Philly 500, me and him are going to go at it tomorrow because if he starts going down that road listen, Wade is not a Dak fan, but you put him in the corner, he's going to fight.
Listen, and when I'm in the corner, I'm going to fight too. I'm from Philly. This is all I'm saying. When I come on in the comments and I say something about Dallas, the first thing a lot of you guys say is, "Oh well, he owns Philly's ass. He's 9-4." Like, what are we talking about here? Don't bring
maybe
that,
because you're saying Dak is this, and
hold on. Let me. But see, this is the thing. You guys are the first ones to implement what Dak's record is, as opposed to the team.
But
record.
you're the one that's complaining about Dak, so we're just reminding you that head-to-head
we don't have to
against
talk
you, he
about
does
Dak.
well.
We don't have to talk. That's fine. We don't have to talk about
That's
Dak.
all he's saying.
Let's talk about the team.
That's what I want.
Let's talk about the team. Let's talk about the team. I'm all fine with that. But you guys implement. He's 9-4. Okay, well, cool. So is 9-4 better than 2-5? Let's talk about it.
9-4.
So don't get mad at me if I'm backed into a corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm backed into a corner. I'll come out swinging and fighting.
Again, to me, that's
I'm good with
going to
keeping
be
the team
backed into a corner because his team's 1-3 in the.
I'm never backed into a corner. You know why? You know why I'm not backed into a corner, Wade? Because my team is successful. My team is winning. In the last 6 years, we've been to 2 Super Bowls, winning 1. In the last 6 years, you
are 1-3 in Super Bowls overall.
Terrible.
Okay, to be like Buffalo. It's okay.
That's terrible. In the last 6 years,
Buffalo did it 4 times. I think they did.
I've enjoyed a Super Bowl with my family. I can say that I've taken my son and my wife to see the actual Super Bowl winning team. You can never say that. None of you
we've seen 3.
I've been in this. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You don't know.
Well, a few of you maybe, but not the most of you guys.
Yeah, but you make a blanket statement.
Your recent
what are you
success is
talking about, man?
Never been.
There's some guys in here that have seen 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Something your team
in their
will never
heyday,
do.
when they were what in their 20s,
Something your team will
in your
never do.
20s.
Time flies,
Something your
man.
team will never do. Something your team
Time
will
does
never
fly.
do, Drew.
30 years go by
Trust
fast
me,
as hell,
it did.
doesn't it, Wade?
It did.
Doesn't it go by fast? And it's that's why you're frustrated.
Eagles fans
My
sweep
oldest
aside
is
That's why you're
25.
frustrated.
Yeah,
4 years
it's
like
flown.
they've done.
That's why you're frustrated, because in your prime,
I'm
now
not
you don't
frustrated.
see
I'm
any
fine.
success.
I'm
Of course you're frustrated.
I'm not frustrated.
That's why your owner won't sign your quarterback.
I know, Mark.
Frustrated.
I'm going to have to
I'm gonna
start
tell you
muting
why
him
I'm
more.
not
That's all.
frustrated, Drew. I'm good with what the Cowboys do. I'm used
West
to it.
Virginia
And they
country
do the
boy. This
same
guy
thing.
is
you're not.
delusional. One Super Bowl. I know West Virginia, but again, if Drew, it is what it is. They have one Super Bowl.
I mean, damn, 1-3 in the Super Bowl. He supports mediocrity. It's okay.
But
you got to defend your team.
Listen, at the same token,
Mediocrity.
the Eagles have had a lot of success.
Are you kidding me?
I think what
Thank you.
Drew's trying to say is
when
that
it
we've had more
matters.
success in the last 10 to 15, 20 years as opposed
You've
to the
had more
Cowboys.
playoff
I will
wins,
never
yes.
I will never take away your 5 Super Bowls. I mean, that's legit. That's awesome. I wish we were there as well. But what I think Drew is trying to say is
You
that
had a lot of
recent
playoff wins, but what's
success
the end goal?
is the Super Bowl.
That's all we're saying.
No,
Nobody's
absolutely. And I'm not
nobody's taking
disagreeing with
away
that at
from
all.
the
Question,
recent.
Drew. How many Super Bowls have you seen the Cowboys win in your lifetime?
All of them, probably. He's my age, probably. So,
I've seen 3. How many have you seen the Eagles win in the last 6 years?
One.
See how Wade won't answer? See?
Oh,
You
no, I
guys want
saw
to jump
one.
on me.
Oh, no, I
He
saw
won't.
one.
Thank
But
you.
again,
I saw
Thank
one.
you.
we could say
So,
Eagles have had a
and the
lot of
more
playoff
recent-
success. I'm,
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's a gold standard.
That's nobody's taking that away. Really not. I mean,
Respect it. We're not frustrated.
I'm not. I'm fine with it because at the end of the day, I told you, Wade, if Dallas, Drew, if Dallas gets to the Super Bowl and loses, I guess I'll take some solace. Just I guess by shutting up other fans is the only thing. It ain't gonna make me feel any good if we get to the Super Bowl and lose. I'm not gonna be happy. So, but I guess we can say, oh well, I'm a Dak fan, or if Mark's a Dak fan and Dak goes to the Super Bowl and loses, oh, I'm gonna keep the Eagles fans at bay. I don't really care about that. That's just me personally. Everybody's different. Rob, I mean, what's your opinion? Do you like going to the Super Bowl and lose? Are you okay with it, or do you want to win because you don't know when you're gonna get there again? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Going to the Super Bowl and losing sucks. I mean, bottom
ask
line
anybody
is,
who's actually lost the Super Bowl.
It sucked in
They don't
04.
want to
It
fucking
sucked,
acknowledge it for the rest
in
of their life.
22. It sucks. No, absolutely. It sucks. But I could appreciate the efforts of the activity of how we, year after year, just trying to build the best team he can and be aggressive as he can to at least compete for a Super Bowl.
Nobody's disrespecting nothing. We all know the recent playoff success that the Eagles have had. We've acknowledged
Brian,
it,
can I ask,
and we've. You said at time I don't know exactly who I'm going to pick, but odds are I'm going to pick the Eagles to win a division. I don't know what they're going to do. I think that defense is not great, but that's for a different day. I've acknowledged it. Not every Dallas fan is going to acknowledge it, and not every Eagle fan is going to acknowledge anything, especially the guys I work with. They ain't going to acknowledge anything Cowboys positive. That's just the way of life around here.
Listen, I will acknowledge success in any kind of category, no matter who it is, right? All I'm saying is I think that, with all due respect, that question to me is kind of ridiculous. It's like we play the regular season to make it to the playoffs. We play the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl.
Right.
There's only going to be one winner.
Right.
So if you're telling me I'd rather take my team to the Super Bowl and lose than to be 1-7, 1-16, it's ridiculous. Of course, no one wants to lose.
I understand what you're saying, but at the end of the day,
I want to be there for my
I
team
hear
to
what
have
you're
a
saying.
50-50 chance to being a champion.
But Jim
And
Kelly,
if you're not even close
have
to
you heard
it,
Jim Kelly
that's
talk about it?
ridiculous to me.
Jim
Going
Kelly
to the
looks
Super
back
Bowl
at
means
those
nothing
4
if
in a
you
row
lose.
as a nightmare.
Nothing.
What's that?
Well, that's what I was about to say.
So Brad, you'd rather be 12-4 for the
49
next 10 years and lose in the second round, Brad?
The 49ers became the
bottom
modern
line
day
is
Buffalo Bills.
The ring. You don't have a ring?
Nobody wants to answer honest questions.
Well, I mean,
That's
I already told you
ridiculous
how
to
I
me.
felt.
Nobody wants to answer honest questions. Be honest. I'll be honest.
That is honest.
And you guys want to look at me like I'm
You don't
delusional because
understand
you
that
won't
we
answer.
don't like. Yeah, listen. Will it make me feel a little warm inside that my team gets to a championship game? Yeah, of course it would. It would make me feel a little bit warm and fuzzy. But at the end of the day, that's why I told you this before, Drew. It's kind of like, yeah, it's nice. But once the season's over, if I don't win, bring on the draft. I don't sit back and go, wow, we won one. I can't. You know what? The last time I did that, Drew, was 1989 when Aikman was a rookie and we won one playoff game. Then the next year, we won 7 games. And we're like, okay, that was the last time I can remember taking any kind of solace. And then you know what happened the third year? He went from 7 wins to a Super Bowl champion. We went 11-5, and we won the Super Bowl in 92, won it again in 93, and then won it again in 95 with an aging team and a horrible coach. So that's the last time I remember having any kind of positivity after a year was over. It's like, okay, well, we won 7 games. Aikman's looking like a franchise guy. You know, we drafted Emmett. You know, it's like you thought at that point there was some excitement, but I don't know. Are you guys excited that you got destroyed last year in the
can I
playoffs?
say something?
No, I can't imagine you were. You're ready to get
No,
back
nobody's excited about
Right.
that. Of course we. Of course.
Right,
All
can I
I'm
say
saying is,
something?
let's just.
well, you don't have to
Let's
ask.
just
Just
be
hop in here.
honest.
Go
Let's
ahead,
be
Brad.
honest.
Go ahead.
I mean, about the draft.
I just want to comment on what Drew's saying. I think it was last week during one of the Zooms when I was in the chat, not on here. Brian said, "This is my opinion." That's one. And he says, "I know Drew's going to argue with me, but this is my opinion." That's 2. He said his point. What happened? You argued with him. So he said, "This is my opinion" again. 3. And he said it one more time, 4 times. You kept it up. Finally, someone in the Zoom changed the subject. Thank God, otherwise he would have kept going.
Everybody has their difference, of opinions.
He's a
Drew
Eagle fan
likes to,
in
he
a
likes his
Cowboys
playoff
staff.
wins. I like them too, but again,
You're not going to change.
It doesn't change much.
You're not going to change my mind about Dak. You're not going to change my mind about how I feel about the Eagles or whatever. My opinion is my opinion. You ask me a question, I answer it. The only thing that to me that matters
it's their
is
night,
a ring.
Chuck.
You're like,
it's
well, be
it's
truthful.
channel member Zoom. This is what they're
What do
getting.
you mean be truthful? I am being truthful. I want a ring. I don't care about anything
Here's
else.
the deal,
or
and
whatever.
Drew knows this more than anybody. Most fans around here, they will hold on to playoff wins, but they're not happy. They want to win Super Bowls. It's Super Bowl or bust. This year in Philly, Drew, it's Super Bowl or bust. If they go and win a playoff game or 2, and they go, oh, well, at least we won 2. What do you go, look at the Cowboys because we're not winning shit and be happy? That's not a good way to be because I'm not.
It's not. It's not a good way to
But
be.
that's
at all.
not. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Dallas sucks.
And I
That's not
don't
what
think
I'm
that's
saying.
what Drew is saying.
No, we all care.
That's not what I'm. That's
You
not
know
what
what
I'm
I
saying.
mean? That's kind of how I feel. It's like I know everybody I know around here. It's Super Bowl or bust. If you get there and lose, now Jalen's 0-2 in the Super Bowl. We can sit there and say, if he would have had a game-winning drive, he was the MVP. Dude, I know he played well, but nobody cares about that. You may, and that's cool. And we know that it was close, and probably their defense is what, fucking choked the game away because he did rebound after the butt fumble. And drove him down the field, put points on the board, only to let your defense let him go right down the field. So again, it's Patrick Mahomes.
To your point, Brian. To your point, Brian. Don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to say I want to add into what you're saying. How I feel about the Super Bowl is I think Jalen did outperform Mahomes. He had that fumble. After that fumble, he drove down the field, scored a touchdown. We were up by 10 at halftime. If the defense would have came through, I feel we would have won the game. Jalen played good enough to win the game. 300 plus yards. He had 1 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. He outperformed Mahomes in my opinion. Mahomes came back in the second half and
Mahomes won the game.
Beat us. He won the game.
Just like you remember the
first.
To
Mahomes' point though is, can any of us really say that I feel good about winning a Super Bowl with Mahomes most likely going to be back to a Super Bowl? Right. All we could do is compete to get there, and then just hope Mahomes has a bad day. Because most likely, with him being the force multiplier, all of us are really doing is trying to be where they're at.
Exactly.
Brian, game time, Brian.
Yeah, they got a defense too.
In that Super Bowl between Philadelphia and Kansas City, between them quarterbacks, experience won out.
Coaching and experience, I think.
Huh?
I think coaching and experience.
Absolutely. I agree.
Coaching and experience won out in that game.
I would say.
I think the defense played.
And they went up against your old coach, Andy Reid. He knew you guys inside and out.
That's why Tom Brady beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, is because he had the experience.
Yep.
I mean, Andy Reid was bound to get revenge. Y'all let the Walrus go. He was like, I ain't going out like that.
And it really showed on how amazing Andy Reid is, because at halftime we were up 10 by 10. And for him to make adjustments to come back that second half and kick our ass, I mean, that's just an amazing coach. He out-schemed us that second half. I watched that Super Bowl over and over again and see the motion, and our defense was lost. And some of the touchdowns that Mahomes were throwing, there were guys near the receiver that caught the touchdown. I'm like, Andy Reid just made the adjustments at halftime, came out and kicked our ass.
Yeah.
And just to jump in, like even Wade said something earlier to prove my point. He said if Dak made it to 2 Super Bowls and lost, would the Dallas Cowboys sign him? He would be signed already.
Oh yeah, he'd be signed.
He would be signed already.
He'd be signed.
And that's why Jalen Hurts is signed. Why? Because in 2 years as a starter, he was in the Super Bowl. And the upside is tremendous. And with that, he's going into year 9. So let's just keep it honest and just be real with it. And that's what I am. People may not like it, but I'm going to be honest and I'm going to be real. I'm going to give you the objective fact. If my team is trash and we're not doing anything, the last 7 games of the season last year, we were horrible. I don't have a problem saying that because it's a fact. But I'm going to tell you the absolute truth, and that I believe that my team is better.
Okay,
good. I don't believe I'll back because I don't want to spark that whole thing up again on what I believe about the quarterbacks.
I believe with that being said, I'm going to tip my hat off to Dallas for them to have that lack of activity in free agency, draft well, and be a 12-win team. I think what helped us also elevate in the Super Bowl is the fact we had an amazing defense. 70-plus sacks that year. We were kicking everybody's ass during the regular season. And in the postseason, we just couldn't get it together in the Super Bowl. That defense let us down in that Super Bowl. If that defense held strong after the second half, or going into the second half, being up 10, Jalen Hurts would have been the MVP. I mean, he had 4 combined touchdowns and 300 yards passing in that game. He was amazing, but our defense let us down. But we had a damn good defense all that season. And that's what helped get us to the Super Bowl as well.
Yeah, I was listening to Jim Kelly talk about. Remember the first game against the Giants back when Scott Norwood, actually Mark played ball with Scott Norwood was on Mark's college football team, a JMU, I believe. Scott Norwood missed that. A field goal to win the Super Bowl for Buffalo. That was the first of 4 straight losses. Jim, they're all miserable about that game. That's all I go back to. It's just a difference of a philosophy. Honestly, Drew, if I'm being 100, and now that everybody's calm, I don't care what your opinions are, guys. Again, the people in the chat, it's hard when people are not just stopping, letting somebody finish their thought. That's all I was upset about. But it seems like, yeah, of course, for Dak Prescott, I like Dak. So it's like I would like for him to at least have a little bit of respect with his, it would be nice to have said, Dak's a good quarterback, whether he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback, obviously. But I think what he gets is this like choker moniker. I don't think is fair. I really don't, because his record is 2-5. If Lamar loses in the playoffs this year and he's won 2 MVPs, he'll be 2-5 in the playoffs. So
go ahead, talk about it.
But you know what I mean? That's my thing. It's the visceral Dak sucks. Nobody's saying that about Jalen. Jalen made it to a Super Bowl, and if you were honest, you would say he made it on an unbelievable team, kind of like what what Houston is doing, right? CJ Stroud they're putting so much talent around him this year that if they get to a Super Bowl, we're gonna say, I mean, it's different because CJ would be 2 years, and then I just feel like he gets a bad rap. For Dak's own personal, I wish he would have got more playoff wins, because maybe the heat on him. Figure ESPN, Dan Orlovsky, the loser jerk off that he is, I run out of the back of the end zone. You know how it works, guys. They sit there at ESPN. You go in the green room and they say, okay, they do it on purpose. So I hear it all the time. I don't even watch those 3-letter shows anymore because of all the trolling that goes on. So when I do this, it's like I feel like there's a lot of trolling going on. You don't have to tell me about our lack of playoff wins over the last 20 years. 28
Yeah,
years.
Brian, look, I'm gonna say my bad. Look, when it comes to Eagles, there's 3 teams I hate the most: Eagles, 49ers, and the
Eagles.
Packers. But man, not only just the rivalry, but just the fact that I've seen the Eagles play the Cowboys 4 times and we've lost all 4 times.
Yeah,
I
you're
can't
not allowed to
stand
go,
the
man. I'm sorry. You might have to stay outside. You might have to go in the closet like in the Bronx Tale. You might be the bad luck.
It's rivalry.
We need you at that game.
Yeah,
We need you at that game. He's dropping me off now. He'll be there. Listen, I just hope that game means something. I hope it's
well,
not.
if I'm at that game and we lose, I'll probably have a meltdown in front of everybody.
I'll send you a bottle of tequila, Wade. The good stuff.
Wade,
You
we don't
they got
like
to
the
record
Cowboys
it.
either. So
they got to
evil.
record it so we can put it on the post or something.
Dustin, see the
Let me know.
boys Stroud when Texans came back versus the Broncos. That boy can throw. Yeah, it's funny. Last year before the draft, rumor was Dallas loves C.J. Stroud. Oh well, maybe you should have made a play for him. Mark Hutchins says there's 52 other players that can be talking about other than the quarterback. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Ultimately, it's a team game. I think where Wade and I agree is in those big moments, every once in a while, you need your quarterback to win you a football game.
You have to. Every quarterback. That's why it's the most important position, and that's why they make all the money. It's expectations. They have to elevate the team when the team is playing bad.
I think they get too much bad when it goes bad, right? I think they get too much blame when it goes bad. I think kind of like how Dak did last year. I'll call it out. I will call it out if I thought it was Dak that lost us the game against Green Bay. I really think the defense was 1, and then I think Dak was probably number 2. Brad Harris, everyone support Game Time. He works his ass off. Oh, thanks, Brad. Thank you, Bradley. As soon as the heart goes away, definitely appreciate what he does. Yeah, it's fun. It is. I just don't like this. I don't mind the back and forth, but it just seems like it always goes back to the same thing, and it's like, okay, we're gonna disagree. That doesn't make anybody right or wrong.
But you know what? We do it for the most part in a respectful way, man. We're all family, and we could agree to disagree. It's a rivalry.
I
and
just don't want anybody talking to me. I'm losing people in here.
I agree.
We're back up
we're all
to 61.
passionate about our teams.
But we're just passionate about our teams. We just love our teams, and we're gonna fight tooth and nail, for our team. So it's a rivalry. But I disagree with Mark Holmes saying, "What is an Eagles fan doing in here?" Shit, I mean, I love talking about the NFC.
Must be nice when you have 178 people in your live stream to be complaining about people being in here. I'll never agree with Mark on that. It must be nice.
Well,
Just give me a break, bro.
The same reason why he goes on Cilio shows, the reason why we're on the show.
Well,
so ask yourself that same question.
Yeah, I know. So I've defended my
people. The pendulum swings both ways.
I've defended my people a lot to him. He does, he's all puffed up because he's in with Dan. He had big sills and all, but he was where I was once, and you know what I mean? I don't want to have a channel with all Cowboy fans. No offense to my Cowboy fans. That's not what I want to do. I feel like I'm a pretty level-headed guy. I'm watching the Phillies game now. They just gave up a friggin' home run. I'm not happy with what the Phillies are doing.
Phils, damn.
Speaking of which, is anybody here?
They're losing 5-4 to the Yankees. Again, it's ridiculous.
5-4? Oh, come on.
They were up 4-1. Now they're losing.
Yeah,
5-4.
I know. I saw that. Yeah, I lost 1,000 on that one. So yeah, I lost 1,000 today on that one. So
is anybody in here Marvel fans?
Yes, sir.
Y'all see? What do y'all think about Iron Man changing to be Dr. Doom? What's his name?
I'm very intrigued by it. I'm very intrigued by it because if you like, I have over 1,000 comic books. I'm a comic book nerd. To my wife's dismay, she hates it, but it is comic book accurate. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but there was a time where Iron Man, like I want to say that they kind of switched consciousness where he became like Doctor Doom and was like, I think it was called Imperial Iron Man or something like that. So I'm curious to see where they go with it. It doesn't bother me. A lot of our comic book nerd brothers and sisters are flipping it out. But I'm intrigued because I think they're going to do a bait and switch where he'll probably become Iron Man again. But
Well,
I think they're just kind of playing with it.
I think they
Hold
had
up.
to do
Lou
that.
Branch, what's going on? Brian, how could you let him say that with Leo is on his live stream? What are you talking about? Oh, you mean
Yeah,
Mark.
but he just has
Mark.
one Eagles fan in which he kind of bullies, which I don't like sometimes. But
Mark,
Mark's in Brian is open up to a lot of people. So I mean, what is Brian doing? He has Robin here, he has Drew in here. We're Eagles fans. Everybody's respectable.
But I live
and
in
you're
the
asking
area.
why am
I like to give and take. I just don't want to talk over. I don't give a shit if we.
But you're asking me
I don't
why
want
am
to
I
agree
on-
with you, Drew. That it's better when we
No,
don't. We
and
just
that's
need
fine.
to let
But
each
if you're
other
asking,
talk.
right,
That's
but if
all.
you're asking why two Eagles fans are on his page, it's the same reason why you're on the Eagles station with Philly 500, Mark. So hold yourself respectfully. Hold yourself to the same standard, my friend. Come on now, let's not play those games.
That was well said, Drew. That was well said, my man.
Yeah,
personally,
Mark, you go on.
I tell you, I'm
you know
going to
what? That is
always
a
tell
good
the
point.
truth, man.
Mark,
That's a good point.
answer that.
That's
You
a
go
damn
on
good
with
point.
Big Sills and you
You
get
go on Big
roasted for an
Sills.
hour and a half.
Yeah, you get
your ass
bent
Why
handed
aren't
over,
to
you
week
on
after
but
week.
then
your
you come on
channel
here and you're
like talking
wondering why we're
Cowboys? Why
on
do you
this
gotta
channel
like
and we're all
ridicule
just having a
them?
good time. I don't hate Wade. I don't hate anybody on this stage. I respect everybody, but we just have differences of opinions, which is fine. Look, me and
Why do
Brad
you
are
think I want
bros now.
Dak gone sometimes? Because I'm tired of dealing with it. Because it's
Exactly.
overwhelming.
And just because somebody look, I don't hate Dak. I don't hate Dak. Dak is a very good quarterback. And the
Philly
points that I
D,
bring up
you're
are very
stirring the
factual.
gravy.
Come on now. Come on now. So, Mark, ask yourself that question, sir. Why are you on Sills, but we can't be on Brian's show? Come on, bro. Stop it.
I just want to say that. Well, I've said it a
He's
million
big
times.
time, and so he can't see why I would have you guys on. I guess whatever. What's that?
But he kicks
Okay.
it with Leo.
Oh yeah, Leo takes over his show. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
With that said, did you see DJ Moore just got extended?
Yes,
4
I did. We
years,
talked
100
about it.
million?
4 years,
Wow.
110.
What was the deal for?
4 years, 110, 82.6 guaranteed. So if he makes the whole 110, what's that? 30, 60, 90, 120. So it's less than 30 a year. So it's probably 30.
And what the hell is Jerry doing?
Yeah,
27 and a half a year.
Brian, can you hear
Same
me?
thing he does every year.
Chris May,
Yeah.
you're having issues? I'm sorry,
This is
bro.
nothing new. He does this every year.
Mark, don't give up the keto. The weight goes straight to your face. That's not nice.
Man. Oh, wow. That's
nice.
brutal.
Mark,
Keto
I'm
face.
going to send Mark a link
that
so he
Mark's
can come
name?
here and yell
Keto
at
face.
everybody.
Look, Drew doesn't take over the stream. It's just Cowboys Eagles hate.
Yeah, come on. I'm not smoking weed or anything.
I don't know if he's safe. Philly just tied it. I don't know if he's safe. though.
Lord.
I don't know if he was safe, though. It was a play at the plate, 5-5, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. Woo!
Are you worried now, Brian?
What's that?
Are you worried now?
Worried
This
about?
is Paul.
Yeah, I'm getting worried. I'm getting worried. Let's
For
see
the
if he's
Phils?
safe. Let's see if he's safe. Oh, he's safe.
What's it there?
Brian, can you hear me or no?
Yeah. Yes. What's up?
Yeah, we hear you, bro.
I just wanted to say that I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million times more. Rob A is a class act, and I love having him on the channel. And
He's waiting. He's just gonna leave it at that.
No,
Brad.
Drew, I'm talking to you. We've had our differences, and
Yes.
we sometimes
bros
we sound
now.
like kids that never shut up. But hey, respect, brother.
Hey, man, we're brothers. We're happy
Yeah.
and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high.
I like having you guys on. I mean,
We're NFC East brothers.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Listen, let me say this.
That's
Yeah,
well
but
said,
listen,
Wade.
East
Yes,
is
Drew
we are.
has that
NFC
knack
East is
of
the most
cutting
stuff.
you and putting salt in the wounds and pouring alcohol on it and then closing up the wounds with a hot knife all in one line.
Oh,
he
man.
will cut you burn you and heal you. And it's like, man, you're lighting me. And that's what happens. It like pisses people off. What's up,
Hey,
Lou
listen,
Branch?
the NFC East is the best division in football, the most historic division. That's why we have the most heated rivalries. So yeah, man, respect to all the Cowboys, Giants, and the I want to call them the Redskins, but the Commanders. So, but no, it's all respect, and we just get heated and passionate about our teams. That's it.
Drew, you know what would scare me? It's having us at
What's that?
with me and you at a Cowboys Eagles game.
No,
No
it'd
matter
be
who
cool,
wins or
man.
loses, I'm too damn old.
Take a big step
Yeah.
back and
The
literally.
Cowboys and Eagles are fighting for who gets top bunk. The Redskins and Giants are out in the hallway, sleeping on the couch somewhere.
Yes, sir.
No, they're not in the hallway now, Wade. They're in the house. They maybe sleeping on the
Washington's
floor.
knocking on the door right now.
Yeah, they're knocking, man.
They got the
They're
battering
knocking.
ram out. They're trying to break in. So
Come on!
They're
We're
trying.
streaking!
I don't know about the Giants though. I mean,
They're panhandlers still.
Yeah, but that defensive line, man, to me, again, they have the best defensive line in the division. They are working on the offensive line, and those two steps are key to me. They can get those solidified. I don't know what's going to happen with the coach. Yeah. For what Phil's having loaded?
Bases loaded, 2 outs.
Bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth.
5.
Who's coming up? Schwarber? Is Schwarber coming?
No, Bryce is out.
Bryce Harper.
Oh, Bryce! Oh, come on, Bryce! Come on, Bryce!
Tonight, so we got to see if he can come true.
Yeah, come on, Bryce.
Well,
You got to get
everybody
that
wants
hit.
to shit on Trey Turner. He just ran his ass off. He actually hesitated. It wouldn't even have been as close, and he beat out
I love Trey.
a swinging
Bodie
ball.
Show still with us?
Arturo, what's up, bro?
Did they offer Trey Lance anything or no? I mean, I'm sorry, CD Lamb.
Not
yet.
Not
They'll
yet.
wait. They'll wait. This because Jerry Jones likes to be seen, so he wants to one up everybody, and that's what he's doing. Everybody's
Thanks,
getting paid,
Arturo.
and then CD Lamb will get this.
I heard Stephen Jones even saying in an interview, he's like, the franchise tag's an option.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, he throws it out there. He's bargaining 24/7. He's constantly what do you call it? Negotiating through the media is what he's doing. But again, that's our life.
And they'll have a huge press conference when CD Lamb gets signed. You know, that's what the Joneses do. You know, they're just they like to have a story.
Well, they getting it all set up.
Yeah.
Let's see what Bryce does. Do a little play-by-play. All right, it's 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So, you know.
Schwarber's trying to get his second ring after coming from the Cubbies.
I like Kyle Schwarber. I ain't gonna lie to you. Castellanos annoys me at times, but
Yeah, he was on that
2-2.
Chicago Cubs team that went to the World Series and won, wasn't he?
Yep, 2016.
Yep, I remember that team.
Hugs and tugs till week 9. Go Cowboys. I love weed. What's up? Nobody's tugging nothing.
Top
Relax.
of the 10. Damn it. He's
all right, so you're ahead of me. Thanks. Fuck.
You know what? I didn't mean to be spoiled.
Hey, I love weed. You
I'm
going
on-
to the Cleveland Dallas game?
Oh wow, that was a hell of a play though. Damn.
Yeah.
I love weed in the chat.
I'm on BetMGM, and the betting apps always are a little bit ahead.
Well, did you see the play though? Bryce just hit a smash to first base. It went off of him, went to the second. The guy, the second baseman threw it to the pitcher who was busting it. That was a great play.
That was a good play.
Washington going to surprise everybody. Name
You said what, loyal?
Mark Hutchins.
You say something loyal?
Oh, I was talking to I love weed in the chat because he's in
Oh.
Ohio. I was
Hugs
seeing if
and
he's going to the
tugs.
Cleveland Dallas game.
Oh yeah, you guys are I don't think he was about 2 hours. I think I thought he told me he hung out with me and Mark last year this time at the Hall of Fame game, so it was cool. So I can't believe it's been a year, everybody. You gotta do a drawing, Tina, before we get out of here.
Brian, those little clips you do with the camp updates, I just want to say keep that up. I like that.
All right, cool. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, I try and you know me. I try and do
I know,
as much as I can.
you got that government job according to Mark, but I still love getting the updates.
Yes, sir.
Well, Mark said good night.
They're stuck. I love weed. Arturo, did you see Mark Holmes? He looked like Lawrence Fishburne. I haven't seen him. I have not seen him. I have not seen him. You having like difficulty there?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the opening of the thing. I'm having difficulty.
Just give me one. I don't give a shit. Just give me one.
There you go.
I love weed. You are the
There
winner,
you
my
go.
friend. I love
is.
weed. All right, Walker, you'll be in the next one. I love weed. 100%. I know you like weed, but I mean, I can't box up weed and send it to you, though. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We can work something out. No, I can't do that. Wade, you got a $2 super chat for next time. You're in the hopper. I love weed. Let me know, man. I got hats, bro. I got a lot of hats. A lot of hats. We're at $129. So what does that mean? 75. We're almost at another giveaway. So 129 minus 75.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good, Philly D, if you got busted.
So we're at $54. So another $21, and we'll get another giveaway for next. I'm actually live tomorrow night with Philly 500, so that'll be cool. That'll be cool.
Just make sure you check him when he comes with that crap.
Well, you know, I'll be nice.
I mean, he's
but-
allowed his.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be nice, but if he starts to talk about how great their defensive backs are, I'm going to call him on that.
You know what? You need to bring up Philly choke season.
Philly choke
Since
season.
he wants to bring up Cowboys choke season, you got to bring up Philadelphia choke season.
Thanks, Cody Show. I appreciate you. You're in the hopper as well, my guy. Look ahead. Keep talking, boys. I'm working here. Rob, say something, Rob.
Yeah. I'm just like you. I'm into this game. I'm like, oh, wow. Extra innings.
But
Thanks,
anyways,
so-
Drew, like
thanks,
I was
Cody.
saying earlier about Robert Downey Jr. switching over to Dr. Doom, I think they did that just to try to make a, because they didn't have a really good villain. You know what I mean? What's his name? The one that played Kang, he had some legal issues, so they had to bring somebody a big name in to play Dr. Doom. So that's why I think they did that.
No, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. I think it's going to turn out good. I'm glad that the Russo brothers are now directing both of the Avengers movies. To me, that was the biggest news
Hey, Weed.
that made me excited.
I love weed. Real quick, well, you guys can talk. I'm going to show him hats. Like if he wants a hat, I got the blue. Look what I'm wearing. I got the gray. I got the navy blue. And I got the eagle green for you, the Kelly green. I know you don't want the Kelly green, Drew. I mean, weed.
How you gonna have Kelly Green with Cowboys?
It's not
propaganda?
a Cowboys star.
Come on,
it says
Brian.
it's not a star. It says
I'm
Game
just-
Time Brian.
I'm
on it.
just joking.
I did it specifically that way. There's no star. It says Game Time Brian on it. I took care of you, so you guys had something. Plus, I have Jalen Hurts bobble. What the Cowboy guy will buy stuff, for Eagle fans? Me. Why? Because I appreciate you guys.
You could go ahead and just ship that over to me. You already have my address there, Brian.
Yes.
I got my Dak Prescott.
Well, you're in the hopper, man. Well, I had a Dak, but Brad already won it. I gotta
That's
buy
pretty
some
cool.
more stuff.
Loyal.
So, just let me know what you want, Weed.
Got my little Aikman.
You want the green one and send it to Drew? Drew, he wants you to get the Eagle hat.
Cool. That's cool.
Are you on there?
You know what? Hey, I
Just,
never looked the gift horse in the mouse. in the mouth.
Just email me.
Hey, Drew, it's actually a pretty clean hat. I actually bought one from Game Time. That Kelly Green.
I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
I'll email you.
The
Give me
hats.
my
If I
address.
was selling them, Drew, the hats, my cost, not counting shipping, was $31 a hat. They're embroidered hats. But I made sure not to put a star on it because just for obvious reasons. So whatever, that's cool. But yeah, just send me your address, Drew, and I'll get it out tomorrow. And
Hey, Arturo, you know you can make your own custom bobbleheads.
I appreciate that. Who was that from?
That
was that from I Love Weed?
He's
Weed.
good
Hey,
people.
I Love Weed, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
Appreciate
he's a
that.
Cowboy fan, so that's just another example why we're great people. Not all of us, but some of us. Yeah, Drew's. Weeds. He bought me this lovely weed ashtray. So I got that going for me. It's a Cowboy weed ashtray. And then
you gotta get I Love Weed and Leo on the stream. Just those two.
And then I got this. The
Smoking at the
Polk
same
High,
time.
the Al Bundy football jersey he gave me. So,
Hey, Game Time. I got an interesting bet that you and Philly 500 could have tomorrow when the Dallas and the Eagles play. Whatever team wins, the other person has to get a bobblehead. So say if Dallas wins, you got to give Philly 500 has to have a bobblehead of you on his show or vice versa.
Nice. I like that. I don't think he would
like a
want
custom
me involved.
bobblehead.
I think he would want Mark Holmes involved.
Yeah, that'd be that.
Yeah,
that's
it wouldn't be me.
That's
I'm
not
a small
too bad.
potato.
It's not
I
like
mean, he's-
shaving head or
I
anything
know
like
him.
that. But
My sister lives. I'm like 20 minutes from where he grew up. Philly 500. So like we know the same people. So that's kind of why, he's cool with me. But yeah, he's killing it with your YouTube channel on it. All right, Coyote, I got you. All right, everybody. It was a lively show. I do appreciate everybody. It's just I got to make sure we do one at a time. So nobody. I saw my numbers go from 70 some down to 30. I'm like, all right, we're yelling, but it did go back up. But yeah, Drew, just send me your address. I'll get it out. And JoJo, I'm gonna send you a few items out of the bag here. I think you'll like them. They're very cool. And with that being said, I'm going to call it a night, and I hope to see everybody tomorrow night when I have Philly 500. It should be fun. I'll talk to everybody.
Hey,
yes,
Byron, is that going to be a live show or is it recorded?
It'll be live, but not. Yeah, it's live. Yes.
Okay, cool.
8:00 tomorrow night. Thanks, Weed.
All right,
I
fam.
appreciate
Have a
you,
good
bro.
night.
All right, man. I'll talk to you late.
All right.
Hey, man.
Take care, guys.
I'm cool. This is me.
Thanks, Weed.
We're going to jump on that spaceship and get out of here. Let's go.
No judgment. Shoot.
To smash that subscribe button. You know what? I'm gonna give it. I'll give it 4 out of 5 avocados. Korg?
I was raised by avocados.
Oh my God! Just kill me now.
Ho ho ho.
Green Giant.
Hey! We know each other. He's a friend from work.
I think it's going really well. I know. This is literally the first time I took my gun out of the holster. Right. And that is why we need a triumphant video.
What?
You know what? I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving!